Dear grade 12 students, welcome to this new lesson in which we are going to talk about how to write a letter of application. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify the structural features of a letter of application. Our lesson will be in 4 steps. Number 1, what is a letter of application? How can we define a letter of application? Number 2, how is a letter of application structured? How can we write an effective letter of application? Number 3, we are going to analyze a model letter in which we are going to identify all the structural features in such a letter of application. Number 4, we are going to have a look on some kind of useful language that will help us write an effective letter of application. Let's start. What is a letter of application exactly? A letter of application can be defined as a letter that you write to apply for a certain job, showing why you are suitable for it. So you write a letter to apply for a certain job, showing for the employers why you are suitable for it. Number 2, how is a letter of application structured? As you can see in the diagram, a letter of application is made of 5 paragraphs. This is together with the greeting, closing, and the name and signature. Here you can find a space for the greeting, in which you can write "Dear Sir, Madam" if you didn't know the one that you write to, or if it's given for you, you have to write "Dear Mr. So-and-so" or "Mrs. So-and-so." But you should notice that you have to write a suitable closing for your greeting. So if you didn't know the one you write to, you write "Dear Sir, Madam," and at the end you have to write "Yours faithfully." But if you know him, you have to write "Dear Mr. So-and-so" or "Mrs. So-and-so." And then you write "Yours sincerely." In the introduction, you have to mention the reason for writing, why you write such a letter. And you have to identify where you have seen the advertisement for the job that you're applying for. Then, in the body, we have 3 paragraphs. In the first one, you have to write what you are doing now. If you are a student, if you are working somewhere, you have to show what you are doing at the moment. In the second paragraph of the body, you have to show what qualifications and experience you have. Then at the third paragraph of the body, you have to write what you are like. What are your personal traits? For example, if you are hardworking, if you are an excellent communicator, if you can work under pressure, or so and so. Then the conclusion, you have to write when you are available for the interview and your contact details, your phone number, your email address, or so on. In the closing, as we said, you have just to write "Yours faithfully" or "sincerely" according to your greeting. At the end, you have to write the full name and signature. Let's have a look on this model. The prompt says, you have seen the following job advertisement in the Gulf Times. What's the advertisement? Wanted, group mentor, here is the job wanted, group mentor in Doha summer camp. Apply by mail explaining why you feel you are suitable for the job. Write a letter applying for the job and send it by email. Here's the model. You can notice here the greeting, "Dear Mr. John Atkins," and you can notice the closing down, "Yours sincerely," because we mentioned the person we are writing to. If not, you have to write "Yours faithfully." In the introduction, the writer starts to say why he is writing such a letter. With reference to your advertisement in the Gulf Times, I'm writing to apply for the job of group mentor in Doha summer camp. Notice here he identified the reason for writing and the place he has seen such an advertisement. Then he will start to talk about what is he doing now. At the moment, I am a student at college. I'm in my last year and I will be finishing in May before going to university. So he mentioned his status, what he is doing now. Then he will start to talk about his experience or qualifications. He says, I believe I would be suitable for the job for several reasons. Firstly, Although I have no experience of working in summer camp, I am very good at organizing people in a friendly but effective way. So here he is mentioning what qualifications and experience he has. Secondly, he continues, I would describe myself as a person who enjoys meeting and talking with people. What is he talking about now? Yes, about his personal traits. I would describe myself as a person who enjoys meeting and talking with people. Finally, I consider myself an excellent communicator, which I feel would be an asset when dealing with children. Then, he writes about his contact details in the conclusion, saying, I would be grateful if you could look at the personal references I have attached to this email. Please know that I can be contacted by phone on 222-8765 and that I am available for an interview at any time. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, and then the full name and signature. So we can notice here that our letter is made of the following parts. Number 1, the greeting, the introduction, then you describe what you are doing now, what qualifications and experience you have, and what you are like, what are your personal traits, then your contact details and when you are available for interview. Then you close your letter by saying yours sincerely or faithfully, your full name and signature. Now let's go to the last part of this lesson, in which we are going to talk about the useful language that can help us write an effective letter of application. For example, in the opening, you can express your reason for writing by saying, I'm writing to apply for so and so and so. I'm interested in applying for so and so and so, and so on. Then in the qualifications part, you can express your qualifications by saying, I have completed my so and so and so, or I am currently a student at so and so and so. In the closing, you can write, I would be grateful if you consider my application. You can say, please find enclosed my CV and a letter of reference. These are some of the useful language that you can use to write your letter of application. This is the end of our lesson. Thank you so much and see you soon. Goodbye.